Here they come at you. Stand ASI Racer or Lake Group Walker t-shirts. Oh, so close, but yet so far. Come on, how about it down towards turn one? Make some noise for him. Here it comes, coming at you. Oh, dude, that was terrible, dude. Terrible.
The Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints here in 2013. As they work down into 3 and 4, race fans, they come to you with pride as they salute you by going 4 wide. These are the stars and cars of the 30th anniversary Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprint Tour. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take the white flag this time by your starting lineup once again. Glenn Steyer, Steve Poirier in row number 1. Row 2, Mikey Krutchka, Chris Steele. Row 3, Lance Young, Jared Zimbardi. Row 4, Keith Dempster, Jim Hoopinen. Row number 5, Jessica Zemkin, Brian Holland. Row 6, Jamie Keller, Tom Hoopinen. Row 7, Kyle Moffitt, Mitch Brown. Row number 8, James Evans, Mikael Panan. Row 9, Kevin Ward, Todd Hoddick. Row number 10, Steve Collins, Jason Barney. Row number 11, Paul Kinney, Jamie Turner. Row number 12, Etienne Girard and Shane Ross. Race fans, it's feature time with the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. 2 by 2, we work down into turns number 3 and 4. Looking for the green. We got it, and we are racing here in the front stretch.
Glenn Steyer grabs the early advantage down in corner number 1. Steve Poirier until they rumble, bumble, stumble through corners 1 and 2. Clean and green.
Working it down into turns 3 and 4. Glenn Steyer shows the way with Poirier until 3 wide. Battle now shaping up for the number 3 spot. Steele, Krutchka, Lance Young all together as they go to 1.
Be interesting to watch Glenn Steyer. He likes to run the very outside line. It's not really there tonight. It's about mid-track, but you can see him. He's going out as far as he can.
Off at turn 4, Jared Zimbardi pulls the slider on Dempster. Dempster looks back to the inside now as they go into turn number 1. Dempster trying to repay the favor on Zimbardi. He'll get it done. Howland now into the mix. It's a 3-car battle for the 6th spot.
Meanwhile, at the front, Steyers and Poirier lead this thing with Mike Krutchka sitting in the 3rd spot. Lance Young in 4th, and then the pack of cars chase them down.
Into 3 and 4. Look in front of now the 0 of Steyers. Slower traffic going to be a factor here momentarily as we complete lap number 4.
Down the backstretch, close call for James Evans. He got pinched up into the wall. He keeps the car going straight, and we continue under green flag conditions. Glenn Steyer's already catching the back of the field.
So slower traffic a factor here, just 5 laps into this 25-lap A-main event for the Empire Super Sprints. And now Poirier all over the backside of Steyers. Steyers works low on Girard as they go to 3.
Steve Poirier nearly lost it in corner 1, somehow held it straight and kept the car right on the back nerf bar of Glenn Steyers as they continue to work through lap traffic. They go to the outside of Todd Hoddick.
Poirier bobbles that time through turns number 1 and 2. That allows Steyers to get away from him, so Poirier's got to wind it up one more time as he works his way off of 4.
Leaders continue to work through lap traffic now to the back end of the 11 of Jamie Turner. Steyers will look low to get by the driver at a Caister Center.
Into turn 3, now up off of corner number 4 comes your lead duo. Here comes Poirier now. Poirier going to take a look to the inside.
Steyers on top, Poirier on the bottom. Steyers keeps the throttle in it, keeps the advantage, but Poirier not giving up. He'll dive back down to the inside.
Working it through 3, now up off of turn number 4 in traffic. Poirier all over Steyers. Steyers not sure which way to go this time. He'll go to the cushion. Ward is there. Poirier sticks the nose underneath. Nothing doing though as they race off at 2.
Steyers continues to lead, gets by Kevin Ward Jr. Trouble up in corner number 4. Yellow flag is out.
So caution lights coming on. Car stopped here on the speedway. In turn number 4, Etienne Girard. Etienne Girard, the car that is stopped here off of turn 4. Glenn Steyers, 2nd to the 28 FM with Steve Poirier. 3rd is Mikey Krutchka. 4th to the 51 of Holland. And then your 5th place car right now is the number 17J of Lance Young. So that's how we'll look to go back to the green flag here as they work off that 4th turn. Again, double file restarts unless we have 2 cautions on the same lap, and that goes for every lap all the way up to the very end of our A-main.
2 by 2 ready to come back to the green flag. Glenn Steyers the leader on the outside. He'll get on the hammer, and we're back on it. Steyers your leader.
as they race into the first turn. Poirier again going to try to dive low and slide up in front. Can't quite get it done. Now Holland works over Krutschka as they go down the back stretch. That's the race for third as they swing into 3.
Poirier looking down low, washed up through the banking. Mikey Krutschka still in the mix in the top 3 as well. Look at flying Brian Helen down to the inside of Krutschka. Pinches up high, and they nearly make contact down the back stretch.
So Holland going to take over position number 3. Let's see what he has got here with car number 51. But no, Krutschka comes back at him on the outside. So Krutschka hangs on to that spot. Now Poirier dives low on Stires one more time.
Yeah, the battle for first and second and third right now all heating up. Poirier right there in the tire tracks, but he can't get the advantage on Glenn Stires.
Here comes Poirier one more time. He'll try to pull the slide job. New leader off of turn 2. It's the 28 FM of Steve Poirier.
Poirier leads it off of corner number 4, coming down across the stripe to complete lap number 12 as we approach the halfway mark next time by.
Poirier pounds that cushion once again with the 28 FM. Car got out of shape on him. Stires way up over the cushion. Car bounces. Poirier opens the edge.
Not going away is Mikey Krutschka sitting in third. A very impressive run for a guy that didn't have a motor to use the last couple of weeks. Running a very solid race, keeping Brian Howland at bay.
Holland going to look back to the inside as they work through turns number 3 and 4. As they bring it off that turn, Mitch Brown now asserts himself. Brown now into the top 5. He started back in position number 14.
Poirier beginning to lap traffic once again as he gets to the outside of Todd Hoddick. The next car in line will be Steve Collins.
So Poirier, a master here at the Ohsweken Speedway, multi-time winner of the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals, looking strong here in this A-main event. Poirier, he needs a win to get back on track in 2013.
Last week's winner, Jamie Collard, sits back in 13th right now. The nose ring on that car is all askew. He took a wild ride up in corner 4 last time by. Keeps the ship going straight, but not having the run he had hoped after the win last week.
Coming off at turn 4, Stires again up over that cushion. Krutschka now feeling the pressure. Brian Holland. Holland looks down low as they go into 1. Krutschka keeps it up on the cushion.
Glenn Stires going out past the chunk that time around. Look at him go. He's way out on the outside where no one else is going, trying to find some sort of advantage to get by Steve Poirier.
Look at the battle here in traffic as Poirier just went by Kevin Ward and Jamie Collard. Collard there with Ward as they go into 3 and 4. Poirier shut up through the middle. Now Poirier's got the 3R of Ross and the 19K of Kenny right in front of him.
Lap traffic continues to be a factor here. That time Stires goes low and closes the gap a little bit on the leader. Poirier coming down will be 5 laps to settle it.
Off the corner he comes down the front straightaway with 5 to go. And we've got a nose wing on the speedway in turns number 1 and 2 right in the middle, and caution lights are going to come on. We're going to try to, it's off the 80 car of Chris Steele. Chris Steele minus the nose wing here. Caution lights are on.
This time they get the weight, and next time around we'll go back to green flag racing with Steve Poirier leading the way over Glenn Stires. Mikey Krutschka sitting in the 3rd spot. Brian Howland in the 51 is 4th. And Mitch Brown with a great top 5 run going right now. 6 through 10, Jessica Zemkin in 6th, 7th is Keith Dempster, 8th is Mikael Perrant, 9th is Lance Young, and 10th is Jim Hoopinen. Ready to go back to green flag racing.
So we'll look for the green at the trunk line, this time off the 4th turn again. Poirier now as the leader. He sets the pace. He rolls the high side of the speedway. Stires down low. Here we go. Green lights come back on, and we are back to racing. And Poirier got a great jump there on the restart.
And Stires goes right back up top. So does Jessica Zemkin and Jim Hoopinen. So different drivers now trying that very outside line. 5 to go. The big high five from Dale Shuneman.
So 5 to go. Poirier leads the way, but look at Glenn Stires. Stires trying to make that top groove work. Poirier, though, he is smooth, he is strong. He'll lead him into turn 3.
The 3-time Canadian Sprint Car Nationals winner is hooked up tonight, and he's looking for another win here in Canada at this track. He is no stranger to Ohsweken Speedway Victory Lane.
Yeah, Stires kept it up again on the high side of the speedway through turn number 3, now off at turn 4. Poirier bringing it down to the line. 22 are in, 3 to go for Steve Poirier.
Glenn Stires is going to need some sort of a bobble by Steve Poirier, as he has not been able to gain a whole lot of ground on the driver to St. Matthew de Billy, Quebec. 2 to go.
2 laps to go, and here comes Stires about 4 car lengths back into turns number 1 and 2. Stires again pushes the cushion up there on the high side. Poirier bobbles. Here comes Stires now closing in as they go to 3.
coming down to the white flag. Does Glenn Stires have anything left? He goes off the corner there, and corner number 4, that may have cost him a chance.
Final time up through turns number 1 and 2. Poirier's got the edge. Stires is coming though. Not sure he's got the time. They work it down into 3. Here they come into turn number 4. Stires goes for the slider. The win will go to Steve Poirier. Second to Stires. Third to Krutchka. Fourth to Howland. Fifth will be Brown. Sixth Zemkin. Seventh Hupinen. Eighth Perrant. Ninth is Barney. And 10th will be the 17J of Lance Young. Tonight, all systems go for the former 3-time series champion. Putting it back into victory lane. Race fans, he is climbing out of the car. Let's give him a nice hand. Your A-main feature winner with the Empire Super Sprint, Steve Fireball Poirier. Well, Steve, congratulations. I know Speed Week did not go the way you wanted it to, but tonight, good redraw, good battle for the lead, back to victory lane with the Empire Super Sprints.
Oh yeah, it feels good because we have struggled the last 7-8 races, and at that point you try to think too much probably. What is the problem? Is it the crew, the driver, the car, or whatever? Tonight the luck just turned our way. Good draw, obviously. Track was pretty hard to pass, so starting in second spot was the key tonight.
Take me through that battle with Glenn. You're able to pull the slide on him there on 1 and 2, and then as the laps clicked off, able to keep the lead.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm pretty lucky because I think my car was super good, but I was losing brake after like 2 or 3 laps. So that's why on the restart I got super good. I could hit my marks. After that, without brake, it was real tough. I was trying to be patient. I thought, I will have some company out front, but the car was just a bit better. With brake, it would have been easier, but we're really happy of that win tonight.
Who would you like to thank tonight, Steve?
Thanks to my crew. They don't let me even we have struggled a little bit. It was a tough week. We raced like 7 races out of 9. We're not used to that. We have to work also at the shop, so they didn't let me down, and they gave me a good car.
Let's give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen, once again. Your A-main winner, driver of the 28 FM, Steve Poirier.
All right, guys, 3 minutes. Let's go. 3 minutes.
We'll grab a word now with second place 9. So we'll grab a word with our second place finisher, Glenn Stires. Well, hey, Glenn, second place finish here tonight again. You know, last time we saw him, Maryville Hummerson, he got a second place there too. But hey, there's not many guys you can get beat by better than Steve Poirier.
You know what? My tires filled up with mud, so it really shakes the car up bad when it fill up with mud like that. And he ended up getting around me because I couldn't really steer very good. And then I ended up going upstairs and knocked a lot of that mud out, and they're still full. You can look at them; they're full of mud. But congratulations to Steve. He's a tough competitor. Always glad to race him. Finishing second to him is like a feature win for any of us. But anyways, CDA fans, thank you for making it out. Hope you had a great time tonight.
Take us through those last couple of laps. You mentioned the high side. What's it like running up there above that cushion?
Well, you know what? You're either going to make it or you're not. And I'm looking at the wall and I'm saying, man, that's going to hurt if it gets upside down. But you know what? I just rode right through it. And it's actually a lot of fun. You can't get a ride like that at Canada's Wonderland. So I do it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a hand. Second place finisher here tonight. Driver of the 0, Glenn Stires. All right, we'll grab a word with Mikey Krutchka here momentarily. Let him get the photo out of the way here. Oh, got another drawing to do here. What do you got? You want me to do that while we're waiting for Mikey? There you go. I'll draw it. What do you got? For the diabetes, right? Diabetes Association here. Ticket, yellow ticket. I think they're all yellow. 316 316-778. 316-778. So come on down. There's your ticket. And meet you right up there at the gate. Awesome. There we go. So we'll get Mikey Krutchka here. And I see you've got 43 seconds, so we better make this quick. But Mikey, heck of a job here tonight. You know, you had motor woes, first race back. How good does it feel to come out and get a third place finish with the Empire Super Sprints?
Oh, it's great. You know, that was my best finish so far with the ESS. I had a third place before at Maryville a few years back. But man, it's been a rough season. I got out about a race and a half and blew up a motor, and it's just been trying. I got to thank all the people who helped me get back out. You know, people, donations, buying shirts, all that stuff. I got shirts for sale. Come over and get a Mikey shirt. I needed this, brother. You know what I mean? We're having a hard time this year, and it's just been trying. But to go out and have a good run like this and finish top 3 and get on the front straight away and get the trophy, you know, it turns it around, motivates me more, and we'll be back in victory lane before long, I promise.
Hey, good effort there tonight. Good battle with Brian Holland. Not willing to give up that third spot, though.
Not tonight, brother. No, he was rolling around the bottom there, and I thought when they stagger started us and I was on the inside, I thought I was going to be done there, and he just dove to the bottom. I was like, thank you, and then I just wasn't giving it back. That's all there was to it.
Anybody you'd like to thank Mikey real quick?
Big Moose Racing, Instant Installation. I don't know, man. I don't do this very often, so just those guys and everybody who supports me and is a fan of the 01. Thank you very much. Like I said, we'll see you in victory lane here before the end of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, give him a hand. Mikey Krutchka, your third place finisher here tonight. So again, picking up the victory, the 20FM of Steve Poirier, finishing in second was the 0 of Glenn Steiners, third to Mikey Krutchka, and that concludes the Empire Super Sprint portion of the show. Be sure to check us out online at www.empiresupersprints.com. The address again, www.empiresupersprints.com. Now for all of us from the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, I want to say thank you for each and every one of you for coming out and supporting us here this evening. My name is Mike Mallett, and we hope to see you at our next Empire Super Sprint event. And with that, we'll send it back upstairs.